F1 fans, for 2023 there are going to be some new rules. Now these aren't as widespread and as sweeping as the rules from previous seasons, but they still could be really important. So take a listen to these and see what you think. I'd love to hear your views on these new rules, I should say. First is DRS. And to provide more action after the start or restart, next season's drivers will be given DRS clearance after the first free lap. At this point, the field is still close together thanks to earlier DRS assistance. This should lead to more overtaking action. Now, I think it might well do. It might work. I think we'll have to wait and see what happens. The times when, for example, the leader has left the DRS window of the person in second place after 2 laps, and from then on, was his own in the front, it could be over. The aim is to keep the field close together for a longer period of time. Now we'll have to wait and see if this does keep the pack closer together and stops people from or stops drivers from running away with it. We'll have to wait and see, but we'll see what happens with that. Next is tyre choice. Now there's another experiment which is concerns qualifying and 2 qualifying sessions. The teams are going to be told which tyres they have to drive with in Q1, Q2 and Q3. This means in Q1 each driver will have 2 sets of hard tyres, in Q2 2 sets of medium tyres, and Q3 2 sets of soft tyres. The aim is to limit the tyre consumption and increase sustainability. The total number of tyre sets is going to be reduced, so they're going to be reduced from 13 to 11 on these 2 weekends. Instead of 8 sets of soft compound, they're only going to get 4 for each driver. The number of medium sets will increase from 3 to 4, and the number of hard sets will increase from 2 to 3. So in total, there's also going to be 6 compounds, and these compounds have been specially designed by Pirelli to help drivers not have to manage their tyres so much. So that should hopefully increase racing and competitiveness and things like this, which we hope will be the case. Anyway, that's always something we want to know. Now, obviously, the crash that happened in Silverstone with Gayani Zhu was very bad indeed, and they want to try and stop something like that happening in the future, or at least stop the damage happening to something like that in the future. So from 2023, the roll bar is going to be changed. It's going to have to withstand higher loads. It could change the look of the cars, but I think it's going to be obviously a good safety measure. The bar will now have to withstand a vertical load of 12 tons and an impact with a force of 15 G. There will also be new stirrups that must withstand higher horizontal forces. So I think that's going to be good. Hopefully that will improve driver safety, because that was a really bad crash, and hopefully we don't want to see anything like that happening again. There's also going to be a new safety measure, not related to that incident, but it's going to be the new minimum size for the rear view mirrors is going to go from 200 by 60 to 150. It's going up to 200 by 60 from 150 by 50. So that's going to be interesting to see as well. And last of all, penalty points is going to be changing. So from this situation now, there's going to be clearer rules to hopefully make it easier for everyone. While the new rules will say that if you have 15 penalty points or more, so if you've changed an engine or a gearbox, then you'll be placed at the back of the grid. So you won't just be placed in 16th place, you will be placed at the back of the grid. If more than one driver collects a 15 place penalty, then they will have to place themselves behind the last regularly qualified driver according to their qualified results. This will no longer exist in future. The outrageous penalty stops of 20 or even 30 places. The penalty places per part will no longer be added up from 2023. If several parts are changed, the maximum penalty will only be applied to one part. So that's quite a good idea, so that you're not penalising for changing too many parts and things like this. You're only going to get one penalty for one part. So that's kind of sums up the way the rules are going to be changing for 2023. What do you think about that? Do you think this is a good idea, these changes, or do you think that it actually won't make that much difference? Obviously, the safety issues is fantastic, but as to the rest, is it really going to make a lot of difference? Let me know in the comments what you think.